Now on CoastTV News.
Referendum results, voters in the Cape Henlopen School District weighing school improvements with a tax hike. Still on the ship the entire time the Dali has been stuck in the bay, the crew of that ship has been stuck on board. OC rental regulators, new rules for short-term rentals in Ocean City, and unexpected closures ahead of Memorial Day weekend, how a change could impact a lot of trips to the beach.
And believe it or not, we have warmer weather on the way as temperatures will begin to escalate into the 80s.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
The results are in, the ballots have been cast, and they've been counted as well in the Cape Henlopen referendum round 2. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with that referendum vote where the second verse is same as the first. Even after the changes that were made, stripping out the pool that seemed to have a lot of people upset, the referendum has failed. You can see the numbers here on your screen. 53% of the vote for the referendum, or voted against the referendum rather, and there was just about a 500-person difference between the for and against on this referendum. Earlier this evening, as the whole process was still going on, we spoke with people supporting both sides of the issue.
We sure don't need a pool. And if this goes through, the pool's off the ticket now, but if this goes through, the pool will be right back on it, I'll guarantee you. And what I'm wondering, if they vote it down again, will the school come back again with it?
I hope it goes well this time, but then again, we're pro-education, pro-facility.
We're
coming from where we are, I'm pretty surprised they don't have the facilities. For example, I drove a school bus. Where do they fix these things? We had a garage.
The district went to Facebook to post a reaction, quote, "We are extremely disappointed in the results and will take time over the next few weeks to determine both short-term and long-term plans moving forward." This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how should the referendum funds be prioritized? Now, because we know it didn't pass, you can look at this maybe in how the next referendum somewhere down the line might be allocated or go. Safety seems to be the number one thing people are concerned about. That's been true all night long. Salaries and projects coming in second and third. If you haven't voted, you still can at coasttv.com or use our Coast TV mobile app. It has been 8 weeks since a cargo ship crashed into Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing it to collapse. Since that day, the crew on board the Dali cargo ship has been stuck on the vessel. Jen Sullivan looking at the cleanup process and has details on when that crew might be able to return home.
After 55 days stuck in the Patapsco River, the wreckage of the bridge weighing down the cargo ship Dali has been removed, and the ship has finally been hauled away, a key step forward in the effort to reopen the port of Baltimore.
I'm very moved by the fact that I can now look out over the Patapsco River and not see the Dali anymore.
The 106,000-ton vessel crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge during the early hours of March 26th, causing the bridge to collapse and crippling a vital transportation route.
Thousands of workers who relied on this port, who rely on this bridge, saw their place of work close. 6
construction workers on the bridge were killed when the Dali crashed into it. No one on board the Dali was hurt, but the 21-person crew from India and Sri Lanka have been stuck on the vessel for the past 8 weeks. Their visas have expired, and the FBI confiscated their phones as part of their ongoing investigation, according to a labor representative. They've since received new ones. Multiple agencies are investigating what caused the ship to lose power before slamming into the bridge. The National Transportation Safety Board releasing a preliminary report last week.
When the ship was about 0.6 miles from the bridge, 1 high voltage and 1 low voltage breaker that were powering most of the vessel's equipment and lighting unexpectedly tripped.
It's unclear when the ship's crew will be able to return home. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore says that the state is working with congressional leaders to secure federal funding to rebuild the bridge as quickly as possible. Let's take a live look outside right now into the Lewis area. It's time to check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, joining us now with a look at our weather.
Well, we are concerned about the possibility of scattered showers beginning to move into the area at this present time. Bay forecast, we're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms in Cambridge on Thursday as well as in Crisfield. But here's where we are right now with our Irish Eyes camera. In Lewis, we're at 64 degrees. Winds are pushing out of the south at about 3 miles per hour. We're looking forward to fall to 57 degrees with partly cloudy skies around 3 o'clock in the morning. Our primary advisory concern right now would still be the flood statements that's active for Accomack, Dorchester, Somerset, and Wacomico, and this is going to be a concern until 4 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday because we're watching out for about a foot of inundation for cities and towns that are along the bay and that are along the coast. This is also true for folks from Winterville all the way down towards Exmoor and Broadmoor. Now, one other thing we need to worry about or be concerned with is how stormy it's going to be on Thursday for a small period of time. We'll talk about that in your full forecast. Till then, back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. People who drive on at Cape Henlopen State Park have one less opportunity this month, and it's on Memorial Day weekend. The state park announcing today Navy Crossing will be closed as the beach is a little too narrow. You will, however, be able to walk on. Georgetown is rolling out potential new regulations for recreational marijuana. An ordinance will be reviewed at an upcoming public hearing to allow retail marijuana shops and growing facilities. Proposed rules prohibit drive-thrus and outdoor seating. Town manager Gene Dvornik previously said marijuana business is in Georgetown area a possibility. If something like this were to be passed, it would have to go through the town's planning commission and then back to the town council again before anything could be finalized. The meeting is scheduled for May 28th at 6:30 p.m. The Ocean City Council is trying to better tackle rentals, but it could change some trips to the beach. Some changes that the town is looking to implement include giving separate rental licenses to long-term and short-term rentals, and also making sure every rental has required parking for visitors that stay there. With some people having no choice but to park on the street during the busy season, one vacationer is glad to have rented out a room before rush hour.
In terms of parking, no, it's just a week or so before the season kicks off. Has been no issue for us whatsoever. That may change in a week or so.
The ordinance will be going through its second reading on June 3rd. Now on some regional news, a controversial bill about hospital budgets goes to the governor's desk for a signature. Delaware's House passed a revised bill giving state officials budget control over nonprofit hospitals. Advocates say that House Bill 350 aims to lower health care costs and make spending more transparent. It has been changed to limit price caps, offer spending flexibility, and remove the power to seize hospital assets. Supporters say it's going to help with high health care costs, but critics think that the board has too much governmental control and it could hurt hospitals. Now, following some amended changes that happened recently that have been added, Delaware Healthcare Association changed its opposition from this bill to a neutral stance on the bill. Staying with politics, the Delaware Senate passed 3 bills today to reduce court fees for low-income people. The new laws remove several fines, including a $100 fee for seniors and a $1 fee for criminal and traffic defendants. They also cleared $14.4 million in old probation fees. These changes have a goal of helping people avoid falling back into crime due to financial burdens. The bills now go to the House for approval. The defense rested today in the hush money trial of former President Donald Trump. Closing arguments, those are not going to be made until next week. But it's not the only story that has the internet abuzz when it comes to the presidential candidate. Donald Trump has now taken down a video posted to his Truth Social account that included references to a, quote, unified Reich. The 30-second video, which was posted on Monday, was taken down earlier Tuesday, and at 2 different points in the video, text below a larger headline read, "Industrial strength significantly increased, driven by the creation of a unified Reich." A Trump campaign spokesperson says the video was created by somebody outside of the campaign and shared by a staffer who did not notice the use of the word Reich before posting. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden's campaign and others criticized the use of the language that's often associated with the Nazi regime. We have a lot more to get into this evening. Still to come, Food Awareness Week. It's a big problem, or Flood Awareness Week rather, here in Delaware. The enormous cost and what you can do to help fend off the issue. And next, devastating tornadoes in Iowa and large sections of the Midwest on alert.
And it looks like we're not going to have to necessarily be on alert just yet, because tomorrow's going to work out okay. 81 by 5 o'clock in Cambridge and 77 by 5 o'clock in Crisfield. But that's for Wednesday. Thursday, some of those storms in the center part of the country may come knocking on our door. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, you're always a local at Beach Barrels in North Ocean City. Enjoy great times and great vibes at our unique bar. Try our award-winning Primo Hoagies that are made fresh to order. Cheer on your favorite sports team on our numerous big screens. Our live music scene is out of this world, hosting the area's best local and regional acts. Come in, grab a seat, or enjoy our brand new outside deck featuring beautiful palm trees, comfy seating with a tropical vibe. We're open every day from 10 a.m. till 2 a.m. See you at Beach Barrels, 133rd and Coastal Highway.
The Memorial Day sales event is here with more inventory, more savings, and more reasons to buy. Get a great deal on the tough, powerful, innovative Ford F-150. There's more to love and more ways to save during the Memorial Day sales event. But hurry, it all ends June 3rd. Now get 1.9% financing for 72 months on F-150 and F-150 Lightning, only at your local Ford dealer.
Well, before we get to our weather, let's look across the country a bit. Multiple tornado touchdowns in Iowa Tuesday afternoon. One person unfortunately died in Adams County. You see, here you can see drone footage of the incredible damage that's been done in the town of Greenfield, 60 miles southwest of Des Moines. A former state representative described the damage as there being, quote, devastating, unquote. Crews will be out doing assessments tonight into Wednesday to determine the extent of the impact. Iowa's governor issued a disaster emergency proclamation for more than a dozen counties in the state. Millions of Americans across the Midwest were under tornado warnings due to the threat of severe weather. As for the people who went through this ordeal, just listen to some of the reaction.
Before I went down the basement, I went all around my house and I prayed. I prayed for God to keep us safe and to keep the house safe and my animals safe. And I went downstairs and was in the furnace room, and then I heard like a train, and then insulation came from the basement, one of the basement windows, and came in, and I heard it and I knew it was hitting.
Yeah, that's just devastation. And a lot of times when people are living through the devastation and the terror of a tornado, that's that locomotive sound that most describe as pretty much the standard of dealing with that. So, if you have any way of sending help to the folks in that part of the country, by all means, try to do so. Our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis showing it's tranquil for right now for us. We have temperatures that will fall back into the 50s with partly cloudy skies for later tonight. Now, here's a look at where those same storms that we just referenced in the story, well, now they're marching through St. Louis, Chicago, and throughout portions of the Mid-South into Memphis. Now, they've died down because a lot of the energy has been spent on the tornadoes, and we are indeed not having access to some sunshine. Now, we focus on what's happening here a little bit closer to home. We can see that we're quiet now, but we do have some rain that's headed in our direction. If we have anything to be concerned with, it's about the flood statements that's been issued for Accomack, Dorchester, Somerset, and Wacomico. That's staying in effect until 4 o'clock in the morning for us on Wednesday because of the high tides. By the way, if you've been sneezing and wheezing, it's probably because of the trees. They're at extreme levels and grass is at a high level. We're looking at our day part forecast. Temperatures will be in the 80s for this afternoon. Another view outside in Salisbury, we're at 61 degrees with winds out of the north, and we're looking forward to fall to the 50s there as well. Temperatures right now, we're at 63 along the entire coast, but we're close to 63 throughout the inland areas. Now, one thing to keep in mind about these coastal flood advisories, you got to remember we have high pressures and control of our weather in general for right now, but this is sliding off into the deeper waters. We'll open the door for that other stormy weather to move closer to us. 80 for the high today, with 76 being the normal high. Now, when you take a look at our expectation for Wednesday, we stay clear, except right along the coast until, I say, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Then the cloud cover begins to thicken up pretty quickly for us. And as we go into Thursday, we see spotty sprinkles popping up here and there. Our sunrise yoga cast, we're going to have temperatures rising to about 66 degrees by the time we get to 10 o'clock. Wednesday morning, 55 and clear. Wednesday afternoon, 83 to 82 degrees and still clear for Wednesday. Wednesday, not a problem. Thursday, we see a few sprinkles in Chincoteague in the morning. And then for Thursday afternoon, cloud cover with thickened forest in Princess Anne and Pocomoke City. And then the clouds will really thicken by 6 o'clock. Most northern portion of our viewing area, we're going to start off in the 50s for Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon, we're in the 80s, 60s along the coast, but still pretty sunny. Thursday, we start off sunny, but by Thursday afternoon, look what's happening. We see this plume of isolated thunderstorms that will kick in by lunchtime in Milford, and then it'll move very quickly, so it's likely to become a severe storm. We'll keep a close eye on that. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling Extended Forecast.
Thank you, Paul. We sure do appreciate that. We are in the middle of Flood Awareness Week in Delaware, the first state definitely no stranger to flooding. Coastal flooding and inland flooding routinely causing Delawareans issues. In fact, it is estimated that more than $120 million in flood damages soaks Delaware every single year. That means it is important to you to take steps to protect yourself.
Know your risk, mitigate your risk, and insure your risk. Knowing it means kind of mapping it out, knowing where it is. Mitigating is trying to prevent it or make it not as bad as it could be. And then insure the risk is insuring it, getting insurance for it, because you want to be able to potentially rebuild or repair.
Know your risk, mitigate your risk, insure your risk. Good advice. Now, if you would like to understand your own flood risk, be sure to visit our website, coasttv.com, where we have links to extra resources. Still to come, weight loss drugs. Some people are quitting the medication a little too soon. Meanwhile, some brands are catering to the new craze. And next, trial delay rejected. Hunter Biden will be in court in 2 weeks for federal gun charges. What you need to know.
Lowe's knows you're kicking off summer hosting, so we're kicking off summer savings. Shop deals for every gathering this Memorial Day and get savings on all the items you need to jumpstart the season. And with the My Lowe's Rewards credit card, you can save 5% every day. Shop now at Lowe's.
Hey Delmarva, get ready to save big at Preston Ford's Memorial Day sales event. SUVs cost less at Preston with over $6,000 in total savings. And don't miss out on 1.9% financing for 72 months on America's best-selling truck, the 2023 Ford F-150. We have over 800 Ford models ready to be driven home today. Shop with us online at PrestonFord.com and we'll deliver it to your driveway today. Be a part of all the excitement going on right now during the Memorial Day sales event at Preston Ford. Cars cost less in Preston.
Storm season is here. Be prepared and follow these tips from Delaware Electric Cooperative. Make sure you and your family have a safe place to go in the event of a tornado or severe storm. Have an emergency kit stocked with enough food, water, and essentials for at least 3 days. And don't forget a flashlight, batteries, and weather radio. Finally, download the DEC Connect app on your mobile device to quickly report an outage. Weather can be unpredictable, but you can be prepared. Make sure you're ready when storms strike.
The Subaru car has been an awesome change. It is definitely something that's reliable, safe. Gateway Subaru had what I was looking for. The dealership was just wonderful to deal with. Gateway really nailed it and you didn't feel pressured. They were more compassionate, willing to work with you. So Gateway provided me with the cross-check that I needed and I'm very comfortable with. Walked out with the keys in the car the same day and it's been running beautifully. And I love my Subaru.
On Coast Life, uncover the truth behind sunscreen myths. Plus, the Lookout Music and Arts Festival is back with new features. And we have the latest wedding trends to make your big day unforgettable. Coast Life, tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
Download the DSN app today, driven by Preston Automotive Group. This is Coast TV News at 11.
An appeals court has rejected Hunter Biden's effort to halt his trial on federal gun charges. Hunter Biden's federal gun trial is set to begin in 2 weeks, and today, Tuesday, an appeals court rejected his bid to pause that case. Biden has pleaded not guilty to lying about his drug use in October 2018 on a form to buy a gun. However, he has acknowledged an addiction to crack cocaine during that period. Still, his lawyers have said he didn't break the law. Defense attorneys for the president's son argued there was no urgent need to start the trial on June 3rd. Biden will also face trial right here in Delaware as well as California, and both are tentatively set to begin the same month. In health news, Wegovy and some other weight loss drugs have been all the rage, but a new study found that many people tend to actually stop using the drug a little too soon. An analysis of the health insurance claims found about 58% of patients stay on what's called a GLP-1 drug for less than 12 weeks, and that 12 weeks is a key benchmark. Professional organizations recommend reassessing after 12 weeks, and that's to determine whether there has been clinically meaningful weight loss. The analysis also showed nearly a third of people dropped the drug before they reached those target doses. Experts say that in patients with results, costs, and side effects may be driving at least some patients away. But speaking of those GLP-1 drugs, Ozempic, another version of it, how about this? Nestle is launching a line of meals specifically for people on these weight loss treatments. The new frozen food brand called Vital Pursuit will consist of 12 portion-controlled meals that are high in protein, high in fiber. The company says it's intended to be a companion for GLP-1 users and people to focus on weight management. Nestle says that the drugs have changed the way that people eat, both in portion sizes and in frequencies. The line will hit grocery stores later this year with a suggested retail price of under $5. The meals are made with whole grains or protein pasta, and they include things like sandwich melts, pizzas, bowls, enriched nutrients like potassium, calcium, and iron. I'm hungry now just talking about it. Coming up in sports, a trip to the state championship on the line for Stephen Decatur baseball. Our DSN crew breaks down the drama of the night. And also, generational debt. One group in particular is struggling to keep their heads above the financial waters.
Well, speaking of waters, don't put yourself or wedge yourself into the drink, so to speak. Listen, we're going to have excellent conditions with plenty of sunshine and temps in the 80s for tomorrow. In fact, it's going to be such a great golf day, I bet you can't beat my buddy Charlie Sakaitis.
Coast TV and the First Alert Weather Team. Your safety, our commitment.
Hear that sizzle? That's not just the sound of McDonald's sausage about to make someone's day. It's also your delicious wake-up call.
It's one sizzling deal. Get 2 sausage McGriddles, sausage biscuits, or sausage burritos for just $3.33.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
When I decided to have my kitchen done, I knew I wanted it done professionally, and that's when I contacted Ellen. She took me to the Delmarva Design Center.
From the moment I bring a customer into Delmarva Design Center, the ideas start to flow. First thing we do is take a stroll around the showroom so we can look at all the different vignettes to get ideas of what they like and see what they react to.
For each of the different aspects that I wanted to change in my kitchen, there were experts here, and everyone was so helpful. They listened to what I had to say, and they had great ideas that helped me put together exactly what I wanted for my kitchen.
My goal is to have the customer enjoy their space as quickly as possible, and Delmarva Design Center helps me do that.
My kitchen is one of my favorite places now. It's something that I use every single day of my life. I'm elated with my experience at the Delmarva Design Center.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Summer's back, and so are the deals during the Memorial Day sales event at McGee Motors.
Get a Chrysler Pacifica with 2.9% for 72 months, plus over $10,000 off. Low payments are back. Jeep Compass is just $189 a month.
Drive a Ram 1500 for just $309 a month, or take 15% off a 2500 4x4.
Or hit the beach in a 4-wheel drive Jeep Wrangler Sahara, just $359 a month. Summer is back.
At McGee Motors in Georgetown, a family tradition since 1948.
The perfectly melted cheese, the juicier patty, the golden bun, it's all here. Bravo, bravo. Well, it was a second ago.
Now that's a steal. Grab a medium double cheeseburger meal for just $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
More and more Americans are falling behind on bills, especially when it comes to credit card payments. This credit card concern seems to be particularly true for Gen Z. As Michael Yoshida reports, new research from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York shows that roughly 1 in 7 Gen Z credit card borrowers have maxed out their cards.
As Wall Street hits historic highs and unemployment remains low, experts say cost of living continues to be a struggle for millions of Americans, with many turning to their credit cards to make payments.
Credit card balances have been on a really steep incline lately. High inflation and high interest rates are really squeezing borrowers.
The New York Fed recently found that for Gen Z credit card users, who it defines as those born between 1995 and 2011, around 15% have maxed out their credit cards. For Gen Xers, the number is 9.6%. And for baby boomers, the number drops to just under 5%.
Gen Zers tend to have lower credit limits because they're newer to credit. So it is easier to max out, let's say, a credit card with a $1,000 limit or $2,000 limit as opposed to maybe $5,000 that somebody who's more established might have.
A third of maxed out borrowers, those using 90 to 100% of their limit, have gone delinquent in the last year, compared to less than a quarter before the pandemic, with severe delinquencies, those 90 days overdue, at their highest level since 2012. While many Americans of all ages are struggling, high inflation and high interest rates are making it especially difficult for young people to get established.
It does seem to be hitting young adults the hardest because they have lower incomes, they have lower credit scores. There's a record amount of young adults who are living with parents because these household formation costs have really never been higher.
Making the Olympics is the ultimate goal for a lot of athletes, and making progress is what gets each one of them there. So how do these world-class athletes actually define progress? For most, surprisingly simple.
Here comes Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas is not going to be dominated here.
Progress is not linear for me. I understand that there will be ups and downs, but as long as I'm trending in an upwards direction, that's progress.
The type of training that you have to do to be this good for this long.
It's not the result on the scoreboard after the race. It's every day feeling like you're getting better in some way.
I think the most important thing for me with progress is just showing up, finishing the workout, and understanding that not every day is going to be perfect.
We're always working on short-term goals, and one way to measure progress is whether you accomplish them or not.
The United States wins the bronze medal.
A lot of times it's also just being able to tell yourself that you did everything you could.
I used to view it all as physical and like strength. I think over time I've seen it more as just tool set. Like I've just gained so much knowledge, so much experience, and I have so many more tools under my belt.
I feel like progress is reinventing yourself. In breaking, you always got to switch it up. You always got to reinvent your style, reinvent your moves. Everything has to look different.
What an amazing journey to come out on top.
I used to measure that by the results. Now, my progress is more on, okay, like, did I achieve my personal goals? Am I happy? Am I doing what I love?
That's what it all comes back to. I have to love it. That's what allows progress to continue moving forward, because I still have wonder. I still have curiosity. I'm still intrigued. I still want to learn. I still want to grow. I still want to find a way to be better.
And remember, the Paris Olympics begin July 26th. You can watch those right here on CoastTV.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
A trip to the state title game was on the line earlier today in Hanover, Maryland. Stephen Decatur baseball took on Chesapeake, looking to reach the state final for the first time in program history. We start in the fourth. 4-3 Chesapeake. Lucas Loring smokes a ball into the gap with the bases loaded. The ball heads all the way to the wall. It'll clear the bases, but check this out. Loring flying around the bases, turns the corner at third. He turns it into an inside the park grand slam. 7-4 Decatur leads into the fifth. Now 7-5 Seahawks. Johnny Hobgood comes through, grounds it into left field to bring in another. The RBI single makes it 8-5. But the Cougars would not go down quietly. On to the sixth. 2 outs, 2 on. Dylan Adams slices one into right field. It'll bring in a run from third, cuts the deficit to 8-6. Then on to the 7th, a 9-9 game. Adams back at the plate, slaps that one into the outfield. The 2-run single gives the Cougars the lead for good, and Chesapeake heads to the state final with a 13-9 victory. Decatur falls just 1 game short of its first state title appearance in program history. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night, everyone.
Tough loss there. We are taking a live look into the Bay Bridge, which is set to see a lot of drivers this holiday weekend. You can see a lot of drivers right now. The Maryland Transportation Authority anticipates more than 330,000 cars are going to cross that bridge between Friday and Monday. So here's the thing. You're going to want to expect delays in both directions on the bridge and along the US 50 corridor. The best times to travel this weekend are typically around 7 or 8 in the morning until 5 p.m. For a full guide on the best tips to follow this week, you're going to want to go to our website. We'll be right back.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
Cliff Bar is made with organic oats, but you're made for the climb. Cliff, the most important ingredient is you.
With Reynolds Wrap, cooking becomes so easy, you can feel like the chef of your kitchen. Easy prep, easy cook, easy clean. Reynolds Wrap.
Are you suffering from hair loss? Maybe you need to cut a few pounds. Ready to start dating again? Well, here at East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we can help you with none of that.
But what we can help you with is plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, tub and showers, water heaters, air conditioning, heat pumps, gas furnaces, and sewer and water main replacements. Stop dealing with chamois that don't work and call Delmarva's top service provider.
East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air! Or find us online at eastcoastplumbing247.com. Forget about it.
Cars cost less at the Memorial Day sales event at Boulevard Ford Lincoln in Lewis and Georgetown. Take advantage of 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2023 Ford Escape and the 2023 Ford Expedition. With a massive selection across the entire Preston network, you're sure to find the perfect fit for your needs.
Hop online and visit boulevardauto.com to see our entire inventory. So don't miss out on this great sales event at Boulevard Ford Lincoln in Georgetown and Lewis.
Cars cost less with Preston.
Oh, you can do that for me?
Stop hogging the new bathroom!
I'm on the phone!
Who are you on the phone with?
Alex from Peninsula Bath.
What are you wearing, Alex from Peninsula Bath?
Khakis. And with that second bathroom, we'll give you an additional 10% off.
Mercy, that's a great deal, Alex from Peninsula Bath.
Call now to lock in your 10% discount off your second bath remodel.
Thank you, Peninsula Bath.
At Spicer Brothers, we're not just about installing roofs. We're about protection, durability, and peace of mind. Our team of skilled professionals can install your last roof using the highest quality materials in as little as 1 day. And we make it easy with on-site design and digital proposal.
And right now, save $1,000 off your new roof. Plus, have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty. And the best part, enjoy no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
Right now, our tidal health camera in Seaford indicating we're at 64 degrees. We'll drop to 59 by 2 o'clock in the morning under mostly clear skies. Our umbrella giveaway winner, by the way, Susan Russell of Lewis. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Ocean City sponsoring our UV index numbers. Take a look at this, folks. Listen, you're going to need to have all the sunblock you can for the next few days. 9, 8, 9. A bit of a dip on Saturday, but we're still staying at that 9 level. Remember the coastal flood statement active for Accomack, Somerset, Wacomico, and those places. And finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast. So stormy on Thursday, but just briefly, we could see some spotty showers develop Friday, Saturday, and then Monday for about an hour in the afternoon on each one of those days.
We're going to have to keep an eye out for that, Paul. Thank you for joining us for Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next, and we'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News. It's early, 5 a.m. Have a great night.